You're in the dark. But it's not a complete darkness. You can feel a rough, damp stone beneath your back. Your wrists and ankles are bound. They don't cut your skin. They just hold you. It's cold, and you're alone. You listen. You hear your own breathing. And you hear something else. There it is again. You feel a sudden, shocking cold spot on your forehead. It stings. You flinch. The drop of water runs down your temple. You wait. The silence stretches. It hits the exact same spot. You think to yourself, this is it? This is the torture? A drop of water? I can handle this. And that is the first mistake. This is the method we've all heard of, the Chinese water torture. But what if I told you it isn't Chinese? What if I told you its true inventor wasn't an ancient warlord, but a 16th century lawyer? This is the story of a torture method so simple it leaves no marks, so harmless it was designed to be a legal loophole, and so effective it doesn't break your body, it breaks your mind. Let's get one thing straight. The name Chinese water torture is a complete myth. It has no basis in Chinese history. So where did it come from? The idea, the name, was born from pure fiction. In the early 20th century, a British author named Sax Rohmer created a sensational, villainous mastermind named Dr. Fu Manchu. In his novels, Fu Manchu used a drip torture on his victims. It was theater. It was pulp fiction designed to make a character seem exotic and cruel. And the name? Just stuck. But the real origin is far more clinical, and in some ways, far more disturbing. We have to go back to 16th century Italy. Meet Hippolytus de Marsilius. He was a lawyer in Bologna. In his time, the legal system had a problem. To convict a person, you often needed a confession. And to get a confession, you were allowed to use torture. But there were rules. You couldn't be too brutal. You couldn't risk killing the prisoner before the trial. And some forms of torture were seen as damaging or unseemly. Hippolytus de Marsilius, in his legal writings, observed a method he claimed to have seen, a method that bypassed all these problems. He described prisoners who were restrained while water was dripped, one drop at a time, onto their foreheads. His observation was chilling. He noted that the mind broke. The victims, driven mad by the anticipation and the repetition, would confess to anything. His terrifying innovation was this: a torture that left no bruises, no broken bones, no blood. From a legal perspective, was it really torture or just discomfort? It was a loophole, a psychological weapon designed by a lawyer. So, how does it work? Why does something so simple break the human psyche? Let's go back to the room. You've been here for, you don't know, 3 hours? 6? The drip continues. Your forehead is raw, not from the impact, but from the constant, repetitive shock of cold. But the real problem isn't the drop. It's the waiting for the drop. Your entire world, your entire consciousness shrinks. It shrinks down to the space between one drop and the next. Your brain is a pattern-finding machine. It has to know what's coming next. So it focuses all of its power on that one single event. You listen. You hear the faint click of the mechanism above you. You hear the shh of the water traveling through the air. And then the splat as it hits you. Click, shh, splat. This is the first stage, anticipation. Your mind is now a prisoner of the next drop. You try to move your head. You try to turn your face just an inch so it hits your cheek, your nose, anywhere else. But you can't. The restraints are too good. They were designed to keep your head perfectly still. The same spot, every single time. This is where your brain, in its desperate attempt to protect you, starts to misfire. The drop is no longer just a drop of water. The sound, the drip. It's not an echo anymore. It sounds like a hammer hitting an anvil. It's the loudest sound in the universe. The feeling. It's not cold. It's burning. It feels like a hot needle or a drop of acid. Your skin screams at the touch. This is classical conditioning, like Pavlov's dog salivating at a bell. The bell is the click. The food is the pain. Your body now anticipates the pain. You flinch before the drop even hits you. Your muscles seize. Your heart pounds. You are being tortured by a sound. This is where your mind breaks. 2 days have passed? Or is it 3? You haven't slept. How could you? The moment you start to drift off, the moment your consciousness begins to slip away, you're awake, instantly, heart pounding in your chest. You are being denied the one escape you have, sleep. This is sensory deprivation and sensory overload all at the same time. You're deprived of all light, all sound, all touch, except for one. One single point of sound. One single point of feeling. Your brain, starved for information, takes that one single point and magnifies it. It becomes your entire reality. There is no world. There is no room. There is only the drop. You start to hallucinate. The walls are breathing. You see faces in the darkness. You hear whispers between the drips. The water, it's not water anymore. It's drilling into you. You can feel it, a hole being bored into your skull, right through the bone. You can feel it about to touch your brain. You beg for it to stop. You'll say anything. You'll confess to anything. Just make it stop. This all sounds like a medieval horror story. But does it actually work? In 2003, the TV show Mythbusters decided to find out.